I'm in some hot water, guys.
Oh.
I'm in some trouble with the old lady.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah.
Okay, really?
I did something a little unintentional. And, now that I'm aware of it, am I fixing it? No.
Wait, what?
Excuse me?
It has to do with my son and playing baseball and getting him out of church class.
We ain't done yet. It's time for the P1 Podcast.
Fun's not over yet.
Completely uncensored and unfiltered, except for that part.
Looking for the after party with it going.
The show's after show starts now.
So, yeah, both of my kids are in catechism. They have been their entire life. That's church class, basically.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you go through different... Emily knows this. She went to Catholic school.
Yes.
Didn't take, huh?
Hey!
You go to these classes, and then you do the different things like your first communion, first confession, all that stuff. But you have to be enrolled in these church classes to be able to do those things in the Catholic Church.
Okay.
And so my daughter's done all of the different stuff. My son's doing it. It's the rite of passage as a Catholic boy.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay?
well,
I
God.
did it when I got confirmed, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so, both me and my wife are Catholic, so we got to do it. And so,
Gotta do it.
Got to do it. You don't have a choice.
You don't?
No, not really.
Oh, my God.
And so right now, we're in a pandemic, so you can't really hold church classes right now. Most churches are closed. And so they've been doing online church classes.
Oh, my God.
So it's like Zoom meetings.
Wow.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I just figured they'd be like, we're going to pause all this until the pandemic's over.
Oh, no, you got to learn about God, man.
Over Zoom.
There's no pause on God.
That's true.
How
Wow.
dare you, Sky?
Wow,
No,
Eddie.
you can still love him and learn about him.
Can you?
But Zoom just seems
No,
weird.
not in the Catholic Church.
Okay.
When I growing up as a kid, all my friends went to Catholic school on Wednesday nights, and I would go to Hebrew school on Saturdays,
Oh, it's Saturday night.
Saturday mornings.
Dang.
So
Lame.
You know what? Honestly,
wait a minute.
my catechism classes were on the weekend mornings too, and I remember
the worst.
It was the most miserable thing in the
Because
world.
all you want to do is watch Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, or play or
Play.
anything. That was the most difficult thing I've ever accomplished in my life.
Well, and
It
all
does
my
suck.
friends were in the class together.
Yeah.
So they'd come back on like Thursday.
You were
with
the
all
one
these,
Jew?
Yeah. Well, me and my other friend Hayden, but we went to different temples.
Oh,
So-
man.
So,
Rough.
what'd you say?
Rough.
I know. So they'd come back to class on like Thursday and have all these inside fucking jokes, and I wouldn't know any of them.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was a Christian for a year for that reason.
What? Excuse me?
Just to be. Wait a minute. What?
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
I think
Wait
my
just a
headphones are
minute.
messed up, guys. I think I heard something. That
It's true. It's true.
I don't really understand it.
Very confused.
So my parents
Are you speaking Hebrew right now?
my parents grew up super duper Catholic, like Catholic school all the way through like Catholic college, right? So when they
wow.
had me and my brother, they were like, we're not doing that to our kids. Our kids, if they want to find religion, they're going to find it on their own.
Here we go.
Great.
Hippy-dippy.
Whatever you guys
Really worked
decide, cool. We're not going to, make you do that. So that's how I grew up. So I never went to church, none of that. And then it was about, I want to say it was about freshman year. Oh yeah, it was freshman year. Because this hot fucking senior who played soccer was involved in this. Anyway, so senior year, and it's same kind of thing. There was this Christian class youth group thing that happened every Friday night. And all
Christian youth group in high school.
yeah,
On a Friday night.
On a Friday night.
Those were the cool kids. I knew those kids in my high school.
But here's the weird thing. I know you guys are all thinking dorks, but because the hottest guy who was the captain,
this is
Here
what
we
she
go.
does.
senior captain of the soccer team was doing this.
Nobody on soccer is cool.
That's another
Nobody
great
was ever
point.
cool.
Like
in
it's
soccer
football,
it was the
that's
football
cool.
players.
Baseball, basketball.
Not in my school. Our football team
I know
sucked.
your school.
We were,
I
and
played
you
against
know,
your
you were
school.
we were the worst football
You
team
were
out
good,
there.
but I mean, I don't
Right.
think that means the soccer team was the badass.
The
team.
coolest
Just
guy
like your
in
dance
the-
crew.
the
coolest-
dance crew was the best.
The
Yeah, but-
coolest guy in the fucking chess club.
Yeah,
we go
man.
to Christian school on Friday.
Yeah, man.
And you don't
Hottest
even
guy
know. You don't
in the
even
math club.
Yeah.
Was
He was a math
Jimmy.
elite, and he was so fucking hot. But he
Okay,
was
don't
hot.
believe me. Don't believe me.
Guys,
look, guy, we've seen pictures of you in high school. You were not cool.
The things you say are cool were dance club,
National
soccer,
champions.
soccer,
National champion
soccer,
dance team.
and
Yeah.
now
Christian class.
The
class
Christian group.
on
Friday
Friday
night.
nights in high
Friday
school.
night Christian class.
So
the exact opposite
Of what's cool
Yeah.
of
everywhere.
what's cool in any single
Yes.
high school movie you've ever seen.
Fuck going to fucking Friday night football games in high school.
No.
Fuck
Our team
that.
sucked.
And then
No, no, no.
parties afterwards.
No, you go to a midday Wednesday soccer match and then hit up church camp on Friday nights.
Yes.
Nobody brings the booze. No.
So, believe me or not, because the hottest.
No.
Okay.
We don't.
Because the hottest guy at school was into this, everybody else wanted to be into
Okay.
this, and so I was, I'm not into religion. I don't do religion. Why? But then it was to the point where everybody was fucking going. My best friend Jenny, Pocket Reno,
Dude,
everybody is going to this.
How
Was the
fucking
guy-
lame is this school?
Was the guy Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Basically, a little more Bob.
Guys, it's time for church class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Luke Perry.
Yeah, he did have
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Luke Perry.
Guys, after my soccer game,
Yeah.
you guys want to hit up church class on Friday night?
I don't know. I was thinking about going to a party.
Well, no one's gonna be at the party because everybody is at fucking church.
What are you talking about, Jason Priestley?
We're going to a party, drink some beers, hang out, have a good
Ew.
time.
No, that's not happening.
We're going to get together to talk
not
about soccer and God.
Yep. So true. So for
I'm dying.
Oh my God.
She's adamant about this, by the way. Look
She's
at her.
mad at us.
She's not.
We're
I'm not
fucking
mad at
idiots.
you.
She's
We're fucking
ignoring
idiots.
our jokes.
I am.
She's adamant that this is the coolest thing she's ever fucking seen in her life.
Ask
and
anybody.
fuck you guys. Ask anybody
Yeah,
at
ask
Pioneer
anybody.
High
Ask
School.
anybody.
Yeah, ask
this
anybody.
was the coolest group of
Ask
kids
anybody.
on the planet.
Ask
We're going to
anybody.
go to Emily's party. You're going
Yeah.
to talk soccer
Yeah.
and God.
next time
With
my
all
friend.
the hot chicks, and we're all gonna be fucking drunk.
Yes.
But we're
No, I'd rather go
No, we're not drunk
and
yet.
discuss God
That's
and
sophomore
soccer
year.
matches.
Yeah, sophomore
Yeah.
year we're drunk. Freshman
Okay.
year we're still trying to
All right.
impress.
You can have your
seniors.
beers. We're going to read John 3:16.
All right.
Yeah.
So the coolest kids in school
Are there.
are in Christian camp
Yes.
on Friday nights.
Yes, and so I decide I got to be there. Plus, I had
gotta go.
I had a crush on the soccer guy,
Well,
like
yeah.
everybody
Freddie
else
Prinze
did.
Jr.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
did?
Freddie Prinze Jr.
And
So
I-
you're basically going to go to Christian school to get some D.
Well, I didn't even. Yeah, I mean, yes.
You're
I guess if
trying
we're
to do.
breaking it
All
down,
right.
yeah. And so for a year, and I even
You're the Rachel Lee Cook in this story.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I even got a Bible with like my name engraved on it.
I've never heard of this
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Oh, she never talked about this.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. And I felt so uncomfortable. I had no idea what anyone was talking about because I know nothing about religion or the backstory. So, they're assuming you know at least a little bit. So for a full year, I was Christian to try and just hang out with cool people.
And didn't
Didn't
take
take.
I
back on the dance team.
Oh,
for
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You
Back
just
to
said
the Snooty dance team.
you just said you had a Bible,
Snooty.
and for a full year you were Christian to hang out with the cool people.
I don't think any of that was cool.
Oh, man.
I don't know. That's where they all were.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, we believe
No,
this
we
guy.
believe this guy.
We believe
Nobody was
you.
at the football game on
Yeah.
Friday night. They were all reading about the Old Testament.
Remember that picture we saw on our Throwback Thursday where Sky put up the Follies dance team
Yes,
or
yes,
whatever
yes.
and was adamant. That's
Adamant.
the coolest crew
Yeah.
It is.
in the
Wouldn't
school.
budge.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, every high school movie, literally,
Yeah.
they all go to the high school football game
Those
on
are-
Friday nights.
And the
Yeah.
dorks are
Yeah.
the Christian group
True.
dance team
Yeah.
soccer guys.
Stereotypes.
Yeah.
Opposite. Opposite.
Guys, like, where do you guys go to Emily's party? We're going to the Moose Lodge to read about the New Testament.
Bizarre world where Sky went to school.
Yeah, what losers at the football game?
What? Our
Fucking-
team was terrible.
Yeah.
Why would you watch
They
that?
were.
So none of this is happening
Oh
in
my
my
God.
world.
Oh my God.
So my kids are just, they're in church class. They're
Okay.
on Zoom. And Jack's Zoom is on Saturday mornings. Same thing with me. I used to have to go on Saturday mornings. So, but no big deal. It's at home.
Yeah.
He could do it in his pajamas. We print out like worksheets and he does them. And it's like 40 minutes tops. Not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So I got an email the other day from our Little League that we may be starting back up again.
Oh,
That,
you've been
looks
waiting
like
for this.
we're trending
I hope
in
so.
the right direction.
Yeah.
Good.
And what we're planning on doing is holding safe baseball camps on Saturday mornings until we get the all clear that we can do a season.
Oh.
Yes, I have been waiting for this.
Oh.
Coaching my kids' baseball team is one of my joys in life. Like, I love coaching kids. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite things to do.
I remember how sad you were when they announced that they had
Devastating.
to shut down for
Dude,
COVID.
last year,
Yeah.
our team last year, we wouldn't have lost a game. Like, I'm not kidding. We were that loaded, and I was so excited.
You're like the Aztecs.
I was
man.
ready to go, baby. Better.
Better
better.
than
I mean,
Even
they went
lost a
undefeated.
game. They lost a game.
Oh, they lost one game.
They
Yeah.
lost a game. A game. We wouldn't even have lost a game.
Wow.
And I was getting ready to get my own trophy
Oh.
if need be. I don't think the coaches get a
Wait,
trophy.
I don't know.
but
I was just gonna
would've
say,
made one for
what
myself
You were going to buy yourself
to
a trophy.
commemorate this
Wow.
amazing occasion.
Okay.
And so it was devastating to me.
Yeah.
And so we've had to go this whole time, no baseball, but things are looking good.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do baseball camps, and this is awesome. So they asked me, do you want to help run the baseball camps? Are you coaching this year? Yes, yes, and yes. I'm all
Oh, you're all in.
very exciting. And so immediately I signed Jack up for the camp. First camp available, 9 a.m. Saturday morning. Boom, sign me up. Rapapapa biscuits. Good to go. And so I'm so excited. I immediately get home and tell my wife all about it. I'm like, guess what? Baseball's back. Bang, bang, bang. Woo!
How old are you?
Yeah, are you 12? or?
Oh, dude, I am not even 1,000%, 1,000,000% more excited than my son. He's like, oh, baseball's back, great.
Great.
Okay,
yeah.
Dad's making me play baseball. Okay, cool.
Okay.
But yeah, he does. He could care less. But me, I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
And so Deborah goes, "Oh, cool. When is it?" And I tell her, "Oh, yeah, 9 a.m. Saturday morning. Here we go." And she looks at me kind of the way you guys are looking at me, like, "What?"
Yeah.
What?
She goes, "What about church class?"
Oh God.
And I look at her and I go, "Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I go, "Well,
No.
baseball."
Yep.
I
Just
give her the
shrug?
shrug and I go, "Baseball."
And what does she do?
She goes, "Well, what is he gonna do?" And I said, "I don't know. Email the guy, email his teacher, and see like is there another class or
Easy peasy.
whatever."
Okay.
And she goes, "Oh yeah, okay. I guess I
guess.
can, but I don't know." And I didn't let her know some key information.
Uh-oh.
What?
There are multiple camps. So there's another camp at 11:30.
Well, why
I
doesn't
think
he
there might be one at 2.
Oh, that sucks though. 2 in the
but
afternoon.
I'm
on
not.
Saturday?
Yeah, I want to do it Saturday morning.
Yeah, it's first.
And on top of that, I'm helping. I'm like the co-manager of the camp. I'm running that camp at 9 o'clock.
9 a.m.
Yeah, the
camp.
9 a.m. one. So
But you're not involved with the later in the day camps.
no.
Oh.
So I want to stay to the 9 a.m.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
And it's like the best time. It's like perfect. I have the rest of my day afterwards. I'm not changing. And I didn't let her know that there were other camps that we could change it.
Well, she said she was going to look into it.
She emailed the teacher. The teacher said, "No, this is the only class." So
I was gonna say like those church classes on Saturdays and stuff are just one class.
yeah,
There's not
that's
like
it.
tons of
No,
kids.
no,
Like
no, no,
there's
that was it.
one class.
That was it. Sorry.
Yeah.
What?
Listen.
Good for you.
Wait, good for you.
His relationship with God's super important. I'm a Catholic. I get it, and I totally am
Yeah.
into it. That's why I've always supported it. You know, whatever. But I think having interaction with kids, being outside and playing sports, is equally important. I think that right now this is super important to get back out there and have some interaction with other kids and let's get some fresh air, man.
Yeah.
This is equally
So-
equally important.
That's great that you feel one way, and that's great your wife feels another way. So that's when you have a discussion and compromise. One person doesn't just hijack the fucking scenario.
Don't you do this all the time?
That's a great point.
Well, no, I'm talking about your house.
Oh, okay.
One person doesn't just hijack the scenario. That would be like if he was signed up for baseball and your wife's like, "Oh, I signed him up for church class, so he's not going to baseball anymore."
Yeah,
That's really cute.
It's
funny.
exactly
That's
the
funny,
same.
Sky.
So
That's
if
funny.
she would have just laughed at you and been like, "That's funny, he's still going to church class."
Yeah,
God's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
This
I
baseball
mean-
camp.
But
You can still pray. You can still pray.
Baseball.
There are
as he
other
gets
options.
as he gets older, he's going to be less and less opportunities. So you need to do it now, Eddie. When I was a kid, so you have to get your bar mitzvah when you're 13, right? As a
Yeah,
Jew.
that's when you become a man, right?
That's when I become a man. That's when I start
yes.
fucking.
What happened?
What? Ew,
and-
gross.
Hey, what happened?
Sorry.
And I should have. My sister was in Hebrew school at like 7. Of course, she loved it. It's my
Yeah,
sister.
yeah, she
yeah.
loves.
She's a
She's the
massive
best
nerd.
Jew ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. and then I didn't go into Hebrew school until I was 11.
Wait, what?
And trying to learn
Why?
Hebrew and
why?
read out of the Torah because baseball was on Saturday mornings. And I, as a kid, I was really good at baseball, and my dad coached just like Eddie, and I loved baseball, and my dad put it off every year because
Your dad's a really good Jew.
Yeah.
yes, I mean, he doesn't go to temple. It was more about like my grandma.
I don't go to church either.
Whoopsie.
So
Whoopsie.
eventually, around like 11, he was like, "You gotta go," and I hated it.
Yeah.
Not that I hate the religion or anything.
Yeah, I get
as
it.
a kid, you don't want to
It's
go
like going to school an extra day.
It's brutal.
Yeah, unless
Not
there's
fun.
a hot
I can't
soccer
tell you
game.
how brutal. Yeah, I can't tell you how miserable I was.
Same.
I'd have to wear my uniform to school because my dad.
baseball uniform?
Yeah, and because my dad would pick me up early from Hebrew school, I'd leave the Hebrew school early and go to the baseball game. I hated it. I missed that. Hated it.
Oh.
But I was able to get through it, learn some Hebrew, bada bing, bada boom, and then once it ended, right back to baseball. But I can't.
Mazel tov, huh?
My mom obviously was against it, but I can't imagine looking back if my dad would have made me do Hebrew school instead of playing baseball. It would have been awful. It would have been miserable. I would have hated it.
And there are this. I don't want to sound sexist, guy, but there are certain things that dads they kind of have the say in, and I feel like sports is one of them.
You have a later option.
Ew.
Not really.
Yes, the 2 o'clock.
But I want to be in there.
But they won't let you help at the 2 o'clock.
Yeah,
not,
but you don't
not
know.
nearly as much as the one in the night.
And you don't know the guys. You don't know how they work. You don't want to be.
I got a
part
great
of
group
that.
of kids,
That's
man.
weird.
They're relying on me.
And
Yeah.
just because you're a dad and you
Oh,
think
no.
sports
I
is
knew I
your
should've said
thing,
Shouldn't have said that.
and you think sports is your thing, that means that you get to override anything else. Like, okay, you may have an argument with, I'm the sports guy in my family, so I'm in charge of sports for the kids, but that doesn't mean it gets to fucking override everything else.
I respectfully disagree.
I agree too.
I don't think.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
So
Sorry
we
about
got
that.
nowhere.
When you got married, you became a team.
How crazy is it that you two, the most controlling,
It's pretty wild.
overbearing people I
Do
know in
whatever
my
I want.
life,
Yeah.
do whatever you want, make decisions without consulting your men at
Yeah.
all, are the
100.
ones that are arguing against this?
Yeah.
You should be like, good, you go, girl. You should give me a you go,
You go, girl.
I
Yes.
just think you need to do it later so he could do both at the same time. It's going to be not as great for you because you won't be able to be in there
that
as
would be
much.
convenient.
But then it's
No,
getting the
I
best
get
of both
it.
worlds.
I hear what you're saying, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, and we're such control freaks, we would have realized that Catholic school was on Saturday morning because we would be fucking in control of that too, and we would have scheduled for a different time. Hi-hee-haw.
But if it was that your husbands were the ones that had signed them up for the class, we can skip that. I'm gonna have them do what I want. That's how you guys are.
100%.
No, the husband would ask and be like, "Hey, what's the schedule like?" And I'd be like, "Oh, we already got something in that time slot. Let's do a different time slot."
Whichever one that you wanted. That you override everything.
Yeah, you
How
do.
can you argue
You do.
that?
Yeah, but
It's
I'm
whatever you want.
But I always have the best ideas, so
See?
it's like
So true.
Thank
That's exactly
you.
what I was
Okay.
thinking.
Well, heads up. Baseball's the best idea.
Oh.
Sorry, God. Sorry.